Hi, this is Yoga with Domini and I'm Domini. This is day 3 of the morning yoga challenge. Hopefully you've done days 1 and 2. We're going to start in child's pose. Wide-legged, not wide-legged, whatever one you want to do, it's entirely up to you. Make sure you're taking some nice deep breaths in and out. And we're going to walk our hands over to the right, just very gently, just a little bit. You don't want to push it for the first movement of the day. You just want a nice gentle side stretch. And to the other side. And back to centre. We're just going to thread the needle very gently, bringing our right arm underneath our left and bringing the side of our head, right side of our head to the floor. I'm keeping my palm up towards the sky for this first one. So my right palm, the one that's threaded underneath the other arm. I'm not trying to keep my palm flat to the floor, I'm keeping it up towards the sky. Nice deep breath in and out. And switch sides. And back to centre. Up into a tabletop pose, and we're going to do some cat-cows. So breathing in, drop your belly, lift your gaze. And breathing out as you dip your head down and curve your back up towards the ceiling. And just doing that at your own pace. Just do one more cat, sorry. So curving your back up to the sky and then meet back in tabletop pose. We're going to bring our right foot to the top of the mat in between our hands. So however you need to do that, you can bring your foot here and then sort of toe heel it in, walk it in. And then just go into a low lunge. You can keep your hands on the floor for this one. If you do have blocks or anything around that you can use to bring the floor up to you, you can always do that. And just do this on blocks instead if it feels good for the first thing in the morning. Nice deep breaths in and out. On your next inhale, just bring your hips back into a half splits. So breathing in, start bringing your hips back towards that back foot. And straighten the front leg as much as you can. You can absolutely have a bend in it, little bend, big bend, whatever. Keep your toes pointed, so don't point them up to the sky for this first one. Keep them sort of almost flat to the mat if that feels good. They can be a little bit off the mat. Just make sure you're breathing. And I'm just doing a little bit of sort of a pulsing, I guess, backwards and forwards here. And then breathe in. And on your exhale, then point your toes up to the sky. And like I said, absolutely have a bend in this knee. You'll sort of straighten it as much as you can. That might mean there's a big bend, especially first thing in the morning. Don't push or strain anything. It's all got to be very, very gentle. You're just waking the body up. And that's why I'm pulsing a little bit here and swaying and stuff in the movement, or in the pose, sorry. Just bringing some movement to the pose, because that, I find that helps me sort of warm the body up a bit more. Back into that low lunge, and then back into tabletop, and just do the other side. So left foot up as far as you can get it. It might just be here, and you can just sort of wiggle it into the middle and then lean into it. And again, it's just gentle. You don't have to be, you know, super yogi. You know, you're just warming the body up. So take a nice deep breath in. On your exhale, just shift those hips back. Remember to keep the foot flat to the, or almost flat to the mat for this first one. And you can just rock backwards and forwards a little bit if that helps. Or side to side, rock your hips side to side. Just building up a little bit of gentle warmth. Breathing in, and then out as you bring your toes up to point towards the sky. And like I said, absolutely have a bend in that leg. And again, you can be using the blocks or whatever you had around you. DVDs, books, dumbbells, ornaments, cushions, pillows, whatever, to bring the floor up to you if that feels better. And then back into a tabletop, just so we can transition onto our bum for windshield wiper legs. So bring your legs out in front of you, heels on the floor, toes pointed to the sky, legs or feet a little bit further out than your hips. Lean back into your hands, scoot your feet in a little bit more if you need to, and then windshield wiper them either way. So breathe in as you come up, out as you dip them down, in and out. And what you might find, especially first thing in the morning, is that you can't get your knees right down to the floor. They might just be up here, which is absolutely fine. It isn't morning for me, as you can clearly see. And I've already done a bit of movement, fair bit of movement today, so I'm a little bit more limber and warmed up than you might be if you're doing this first thing in the morning. And then just find some stillness. What we're going to do is bring our right foot in, left leg out. We're just going to do a little mini baby wild thing. So bring your right hand down to the mat, sort of in line with your hip there, your bum. Bring your left arm up and over, and just bring your hips up just as far as you can go comfortably. You don't want to pull or strain anything. You're just getting a nice gentle stretch. So you don't want to bend your back right back. Just a bit of a side stretch here. And then we'll do the other side. So bringing this left leg in, right leg out, left hand behind you, about sort of quite a few inches back from your bum, but in line with your bum, if that makes sense. Bum cheek, left bum cheek. Right arm forward, up and over. Lift the hips off. And back down. Just nice and gently, don't rush anything. We're just going to counter that stretch with a seated cat, sorry. Don't know what's wrong with me today. Because we got basically the spine arching one way, we just want to arch it the other now. So bring your hands to your knees and just cat back, so arching your back, bringing your chin to your chest. You can just do a little movement in there if you need to. And that's us done for this one. So we're just going to take a couple of breaths together. So breathing in, arms up, and out. Arms up, breathe in. Hands at prayer, down to your chest, and bow and say thank you. Thank you, body, for turning up. Thank you, myself, for turning up to do this today. And hopefully you liked it. Comment below, tell me what you thought. I know it's a very, very, very short one, but these are, because they're morning flows, I'm trying to keep them as short as possible. Some might be a little bit longer than others, but just let me know what you thought of it. Like, subscribe, all that sort of stuff. You can follow me on Facebook and Instagram. It would really, really help if you did all of that stuff. So hopefully you do. And I hope you have a wonderful day. Take care.